Hey, Dustin Tibbetts, financial advisor with Jez Wealth Managers, and today we're going to talk about a question that I got. And if you have questions, feel free to go to Twitter, send me a tweet, ask your question. That helps to make sure you keep the questions short because of the limited number of characters. But ask me a question and maybe we'll feature it on one of our videos. So at Jaz Wealth to ask your question. So one of the questions that I got recently was, hey Dustin, why do people always say you have to pay off all your debt before you start investing? That seems a little complicated, right? If I have to pay off my car, my house, my credit cards, student loans, and all that, when will I ever get a chance to invest? Well, some of you are going to get mad at this video because I really hate when people that are financial gurus make general statements about how you should invest, general statements about how you should handle debt. I get it. Those people are trying to appeal to as many people as possible, but in reality, everyone's situation is different. So I want to walk you through something today because where I land on this is if you are making timely and extra payments towards your debt, and that doesn't put you in any financial strain at all, then you should invest as well. Now, I'm not saying you go 90% investments, 10% into your debt. I do think you should pay off the ridiculous debt. I've done some videos on what I think are just stupid debts, but you don't have to pay off all of your debts. And I'm not saying that because I want you to come invest with me. If you do, that's great. But look, I'm going to still walk you through this individually. I have clients that I turn away all the time and I say, you really need to focus on your debt because that's ridiculous where you're at. You can't really afford to invest right now. I don't have anything to sell, so I don't mind saying that to clients. Here's the thing. Let's take two people, for example. We've got someone that's in debt. We're going to say they've got debt and they want to invest. And then we have people over here that are just going to pay their debt before they invest. So let's put people in two categories, all right? Now, we're going to make some assumptions here. I know this isn't 100% perfect, but let's say the person is paying down debt and that debt is going to take them 3 years. And they've made the decision that they can't sleep at night. They have to pay that debt off. It doesn't cause them financial strain. They're able to still enjoy their life and take their kids on vacation, all that stuff. But they really don't like having that debt. And so they want to pay it off in 3 years. No problem. So they say, I'm not going to start investing. I'm just going to pay that debt off. At the end of the 3 years, what they decide is that they are going to do some form of IRA. I'll say a Roth IRA. And they're going to start with $5,500 in that first year. And then from then going on, they're going to add the $5,500. Oops, that's not where that goes. And so on and so on. That's how they're going to do it. But they are not going to invest at all until they pay off their debt. Then we're going to have someone over here that says, I can pay my debts, but I still have money left over. Should I pay more on the debt or should I invest? Well, here's the thing. If you paid your debt, and this is also on a 3-year plan, and you're making payments towards that, knowing that it's not just the minimum. I'm a stickler on that. You've got to pay more than the minimum to knock that out. And we've come up with 3 years that you're going to do that. But in the meantime, you have enough money where in year number 1, you're going to go $5,500. And for the next 3 years, you're going to pay your debt off and invest the same. So year number 2, $5,500. You started with $5,500 and so on and so on and so on, right? So they're making that. Now we're assuming that the cap on a Roth IRA doesn't go up. I think it will soon. So let's just go with this for now. That's our known for the time being. So paying off debt, and investing. Well, here's the thing. At the end of 3 years, when this person now has 0 debt, they are now, assuming a 8% return, they are now going to have $26,000. What is it? $212 in their Roth IRA while they were paying off their debt. What's so bad about that? I get it that in the meantime, if this debt while they were paying it off was at 12, 15% interest, but they're only making 8% over here, I get the balance sheet problem. I see how it's a negative return, but you cannot go back in time. You can't pay off debt and then say, you know what, now I'd like to go back 3 years and invest for the time that I lost. See, time is the most important thing in your investments. If you started when you're 20 and you put just a little bit of money in, then you don't have to be so aggressive. I can't tell you how many people I work with that are like 45 and they're panicking at the amount they have to put in because they paid off debts. They wanted their house paid off. Well, if we take a closer look at your entire financial life, we might have found that having a mortgage payment was actually beneficial to you, and putting some money in your investments, we could have found a way to make that work. So what I want to say here is, at the end of this person paying off their debt, they've got zero and they are 3 years behind. Now, granted, their balance sheet showed that they were paying off 15% interest and they weren't making any money anywhere. Over here, this person was paying off 15% interest, but was also gaining 7 or 8%, whatever. What's so bad about that? Again, as long as it's not causing you financial strain, then you invest while you pay down debts. So I just have a few rules for that. You pay on time, you pay more, and you can't be financially stressed. I don't want you cutting out your normal day-to-day life because you're just trying to invest and pay off debt. So now, after the end of 3 years, the person has no debt. They've got $26,212, now averaging 7, 8, 9% a year, where this person's just getting started with $5,500 and is 3 years behind. I get it. This is not perfect, okay? There is room for negative comments, and I will gladly accept them for those of you that disagree. I'm just saying there's no need to have zero debt before you start investing, because you're putting the debt ahead of your retirement. And I just, look, you're responsible for the debt, but I think you need to put some effort into investing too. Again, as long as you're making on time and extra payments and it's not putting you in any financial strain. Well, what do you think? Am I way off base here for saying that someone can do both at the same time? Or do you think it is so important that the balance sheet doesn't show the way it would over here, like a person's balance sheet? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. If I can help you in any way, go to jezwealth.com. Click Invest Now if you want to join us, or chat with Jez if you just want to call and give me a hard time. Well, I hope you liked that video, and if so, then there may be another one up there that you're interested in. If you're thinking of opening or transferring a retirement account from somewhere else, click our logo over here and that'll take you to our website to get started, or you can then click Chat with Jez, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Thanks for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon.